Hey gamers, welcome back to The Game Perfection, a passion project by Karmasur Studios. My name is Karma, and in today's video, we'll be covering some of the best PC, PlayStation, and Xbox games of all time, Episode 4. Contrary to our channel name, perfection does not actually exist. What we call best might be trash for you. We'll settle for good enough. But if you got a cool game that we should check out, please let us know in the comments below. Now, without wasting any time, let's dive right into it. Cuphead, released the 29th of September 2017 on PC, Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, macOS, and Switch. This one is a run-and-gun shooter video game developed and published by Studio MDHR. The game follows the titular Cuphead, who, in a deal with the devil, after he lost a game at the Devil's Casino, has been tasked to repossess the souls of runaway debtors as payment for Cuphead's debt. In the game, up to 2 players control Cuphead and his brother, Mugman. You get to fight through several levels and boss fights. The game does not have a rigid narrative structure. As the game progresses, the protagonist acquires more power and abilities, eventually threatening the devil himself. The game is inspired by cartoons of the 1930s. The visuals and audio are painstakingly created with the same techniques of the era, i.e. traditional hand-drawn cell animation, watercolor backgrounds, and original jazz recordings. Sniper Elite 5, released May 26, 2022 on PC. This is an action-adventure third-person shooter by Rebellion Studios.
We shall smile and see an opportunity.
France, 1944, as part of a covert U.S. Rangers operation to weaken the Atlantic Wall fortifications along the coast of Brittany, elite marksman Karl Fairborn makes contact with the French resistance. Soon, they uncover a secret Nazi project that threatens to end the war before the Allies can invade Europe.
That's our cue.
Operation Kraken. Needless to say, you're that elite marksman. The devs have done a good job, since many real-world locations have been captured using photogrammetry to recreate a living, immersive environment, and multiple infiltration and extraction points and kill list targets provide a whole new perspective on each mission. Take on the Nazi plot solo, or work with a partner, with improved co-op mechanics allowing you to share ammo and items, give orders, and heal each other.
We must be ready to make that sacrifice.
Sea of Thieves was released on the 3rd of June 2020 on PC and Xbox.
Captain Jack Sparrow. But I suspect you already knew that.
This one is a first-person perspective pirate action-adventure game developed by Rare and published by Microsoft Studios. Here, you get to explore a vast open world, made of unique, beautiful, and mysterious islands. From sailing and exploring to looting, the game offers you every last bit necessary to experience the legendary life of sea pirates.
It's time to bridge the worlds and take our rightful places as lords of the sea.
There are no set roles or rules about how you interact with the world or other people in it, which is just another way of saying that you have complete freedom in how you want your tale to be told. You can take on quests for hunting lost treasure, spend your time fishing, or even join forces with Captain Jack Sparrow in his original story in collaboration with Disney. There is also a multiplayer arena available for you to complete that allows up to 6 teams of players to compete against each other by gathering silver in smaller maps.
Hello! Well, I believe that now is the perfect time to use these cannons.
Age of Empires 4, released on the 19th of August 2019 on PC and Mac. This one, as most of you might know, is a real-time strategy video game developed by Ensemble Studios and published by Microsoft. The complete Age of Empires series is golden, and if you like strategy games, you should definitely check it out. Here, you'll get to manage 8 diverse, historically rich civilizations. There are 4 distinct campaigns, with 35 missions that span 500 years of history. So from the Dark Ages up to the Renaissance, you'll get to build the cities, manage your resources, and lead your troops into battle. Every decision you make leaves an impact on the outcome of history. You can play with up to 7 friends in online PvP and PvE multiplayer matches and compete, cooperate, or spectate. There are a lot of history-specific scenarios for you to play. Moreover, you can also craft one of your own in the mod editor. Orcs and the Will of the Wisps, released the 11th of March 2020 on PC, Xbox, and Switch. This one is a platform adventure Metroidvania game developed by Moon Studio and published by Xbox Game Studios. Here, the player controls the titular White Guardian Spirit, Orcs. You can jump, climb, glide, or even swim between various platforms to solve intricate puzzles. Some of the foundational gameplay elements were inspired by Rayman and Metroid franchises. This game is a good example of how a deeply emotional story should be told. As the journey unfolds, the game won't be just about getting a family together. With beautiful, hand-painted artworks and soothing, deeply soothing music, you'd love the adventure that awaits in this game. The game received widespread universal acclaim, often getting appreciated for the artistic values that it packs. No wonder the game has the Xbox Game of the Year award, along with numerous nominations to its name. Divinity: Original Sin 2, released the 14th of September 2017 on Microsoft, Windows, PlayStation, Xbox, macOS, and Switch. This one is a role-playing video game developed and published by Larian Studios. Here, you can play solo or with up to 3 friends in your party. Several pre-made characters with backstories are available, and you can customize your character to great extent as well. You can basically be a flesh-eating elf, an imperial lizard, or an undead risen from the grave. It's all your choice. The game is set in the fantasy world of Rebellion, centuries after Divinity: Original Sin. Living beings in Rebellion have a form of energy known as Source, and individuals called sorcerers can manipulate Source to cast spells or enhance their combat abilities. The 7 gods of Rebellion had given up a portion of their collective Source power and infused it into a person, Lucian, known as the Divine, who used his powers to hold back the Void. However, Lucian died before the start of the game, which weakened the veil between the Void and Rebellion, and monstrous creatures of the Void, guided by the God King, their dark deity, have begun to invade Rebellion. These Voidwoken are drawn to the use of Source, and so an organization called the Divine Order is persecuting sorcerers. A Short Hike, released the 30th of July 2019 on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, macOS, Linux, and Switch. This one is a super chill and relaxing indie game developed by Adam Robinson Yu. Here, you'll play the role of Claire, a cute anthropomorphic bird. She is expecting a very important phone call, but unfortunately, there is no cell phone reception in the park, except the Hawk Peak. And this is how your short hike begins. Many people who criticize this game for its short length actually missed the whole point. It's not about getting to the top. In fact, you can get there in as low as 7 golden feathers that provide extra jumps and the ability to climb rock faces. The game actually encourages you to take your time fishing along the riverbanks or swimming by the lakeshore. There's a volleyball-like minigame available called Beach Stickball. The game has an adaptive soundtrack. It changes with the weather, events, and even player actions. Just like life, it's always a journey over the destination. The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt, released the 18th of May 2015 on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch.
Looting, cannibalism, you are hereby sentenced to death by hanging. Or torment. Get the hammer. Kick our teeth in. The degree is arbitrary.
This one is an action role-playing video game developed by Polish developer CD Projekt Red. The game takes place in a fictional fantasy world based on Slavic mythology. Here, you get to control Geralt of Rivia, a monster slayer for hire known as a Witcher, and search for his adopted daughter, who is on the run from the otherworldly Wild Hunt. You'll get to battle the game's many dangers with weapons and magic, interact with non-player characters, and complete quests to acquire experience points and gold, which are used to increase Geralt's abilities and purchase equipment. The game's story has 3 possible endings, determined by your choices at key points in the narrative. It received numerous Game of the Year awards, and has been cited as one of the best video games ever made. The game shipped over 40 million copies, making it one of the best-selling video games of all time. Orcs Must Die 3, released the 23rd of July 2021 on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation.
Some war mages prefer to wield mystical weapons.
This one is an action tower defense game, developed and published by Robot Entertainment. Here you get to take control of an apprenticed war mage from the 2 options available. Your task is to defend the rifts from the waves of orc armies. You can use your character's weapons and special abilities. Moreover, you can also set the traps at strategic locations. There are 18 different levels for you to play. Even if you finish the story, expanded after the Drastic Steps expansion released on November 6, 2020, you still have an endless mode to keep you engaged. Weekly challenges are good. War scenarios are OP. Like, you can defend against up to 1,000 orcs at once. And the 2-player co-op mode is just the icing on the cake.
Because only one thing is ever truly certain.
Orcs must die.
CSGO Prime Status Upgrade released the 21st of August 2012, Microsoft, on Windows, Mac OS, Linux, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Insertion point, back entrance, the bomb site. Let's go.
Of course, you might have at the very least heard about this multiplayer first-person shooter developed by Valve and Kitten Path Entertainment. The most common game modes involve the terrorists planting a bomb while counter-terrorists attempting to stop them, or counter-terrorists attempting to rescue hostages that the terrorists have captured. There are 9 official game modes, all of which have distinct characteristics specific to that mode. The game also has matchmaking support that allows players to play on dedicated Valve servers. A Battle Royale game mode, Danger Zone, was introduced in December 2018. In 2021, the estimated prize money for CSGO tournaments stood at $21.17 million US, making it the online game with the highest cumulative prize pool in that year. That's it for today, guys. Which game do you like the most? Let us know in the comments below. Please feel free to drop your game recommendations and suggestions to improve our videos as well. Like if you feel like it, and I'll see you in the next one. Karma, peace out.